Hi guys, happy Halloween weekend still. Today is our last day, and today, as I mentioned on my post, we're going to be doing a couple of tricks and treats. The first one is going to be a trick. I'm going to show you how to make this really fun spinner card. I haven't finished her just because I wanted to record the process and show you guys exactly how I do it. But at the end of the tutorial, you're going to be able to see these little bats fly across the card. So I'm going to set her aside. That's the base. The base of my card is, you can make it any size you want, but I made it a 5x5. Okay. So the most important part you're going to need is a piece of chipboard. Sometimes you get them when you order some paper online. You get like the backup chipboard, and you're going to make a little card like this. It's not a card, it's kind of like a plate. I've cut it at 6 inches long by 1.5 inch wide. Okay, that's what you have to do, and I will write the instructions as well, or I probably have already written the instructions in the description box. And then on the inside here, you're going to cut this little groove, and I've cut that at 4 3/4 of an inch long by 5/16 wide. Okay. So, and like I said, I've kind of prepared everything in advance just so that I can make the video as short as possible so I don't keep you guys. And it's a really simple technique, really fun. Now on the back I have put double-sided, or not double-sided, well it is double-sided, but it's poofy tape or 3D tape, 3D squares, because you want to pop that up so that the I'll explain now, so that the moving part can actually move across your card. Okay, so once you've made yourself this little template, you're going to do the same with a piece of paper to cover it up. Okay, and I always use the double-sided crafting tape. It's my favorite tape. It's really sticky and it holds on to even chipboard really nicely. It's sticking to my nails, my fingers. So like I said, you're going to cover the top of your template here, your moving piece. Oh no, that's not the moving piece. Okay. Anyways, so now you should have your little template, and it should look like that. It's nice and covered up, and of course you can distress, do whatever you want with it. Again, I'm not going to do all that right now just because I want to speed this up so you guys don't have to stay on here for too long. Alright, the next thing I did is you need 2 pennies and then 2 little 3D foam dots. Now what I did is I took my little square of 3D foam, and with my punch I made the little round 3D foam squares, or dots. Oh, we'll call them dots. Alright, so once you've done that, I like to make sure that it's nice and secure. You're going to put, I'm going to add this tacky glue. It's made, you know, it says advanced craft glue. I think it's mainly made for fabric. I think I bought it the first time I bought it because I wanted to stick fabric onto tin. But this is my favorite glue. It's very sticky, dries fast, and it just keeps all your projects in place, all the little elements. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on that penny. I'm going to peel one side of this and stick it on there, just like that. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing. Well, I'm going to peel the top here, and hopefully it won't stick to my fingers, but it always does. Stuck to my finger. So let me grab myself a pencil here. Okay, so once you have that in the center, you're going to take the other one, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that as well, just because, again, I want it to make sure that it stays in place for a long time. And just mount it on top of the other square, or sorry, the other dot, the other pop-up dot. Okay, so now you should have your little penny. It should look like that. Go ahead and peel that top. This isn't cooperating with me right now. Okay. You gotta make sure that it stays in place and doesn't move around, so just hold it with your pencil if you can, and kind of peel that top. It doesn't want to peel. There we go. Okay. So again, you can fiddle with it and just make sure that it's all lined up correctly. The dot on top of the dot is perfectly on top of one another, or one on top of the other. There we go. So we're going to put a little bit more glue on the other penny. Ugh, that's really sticky stuff. Okay. Once you have that, you're going to place that penny on, before you place it on top of your little mounting dot there, you're going to put your little platform, that's what I'm going to call it, on top. Just like that. And then the penny on top of that. Okay. So basically it should look like that. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. So one penny on one side and the other penny on the other side, right? Right. And your little middle piece, I think you can see it right there. Your little dots should be in between those pennies. One on each, or one penny on each side. Okay. Now if it gets too weird, you can remove these middle pieces, or if it doesn't move, I'm going to go ahead and remove them just because I have a feeling it's not going to move correctly if I don't. So just put your pop-up squares on each corner and go ahead and don't do this part. I always forget and do it anyways, and then I have to go back and remove it. Okay, so again, here is what I put a little too much glue on there. So now I have to take it apart again. When it works really, really well. And once you see the end product, or the finished, project, I think you'll really enjoy it. So let me let that glue kind of dry, and I'm going to try and rub it off here. And again, just make sure that your little pop dots are in the middle. Let me try this again. I'm going to place that there. And my penny on top of it. This is not working. Okay, let me start over because these little dots have gotten a little too sticky. So, and that's okay. This way I can show you kind of what I did, what I meant by doing my own little pop dots. They do have to be round. This will not work if you have square pop dots for the in between the pennies. This usually works really fast and easy, but because I'm making a video, I'm sure it's going to give me a hard time. Okay, so again, I'm taking my pop-up square and I'm going to make a pop dot. And it has to be the foam type. You can't use like a normal pop dot. You know, like the glue dots that are 3D, that won't work. You actually have to have this foam square. And unfortunately, I used to buy these all the time from Stampendous. They had the best foam square. So see, once you punch it, you'll get your little dot. I'm going to go ahead and place that on there before it dries up. I want that glue to be sticky so that that pop dot adheres to it. It's a little better. Okay. That's one dot. And remember, you need 2 dots. Okay. Oh, it's being sticky today, and that's okay. We want it to be sticky, but it just doesn't want to unstick from my hands or from inside of the punch. Like I said, because I'm doing a video, it's going to be difficult today. Wow, I can't get that out. Alright, maybe banging it. Nope, it is really stuck in there. Okay, I got it. Alright, so I'm going to put that little dot on top of the other one again. And this time I'm not going to apply glue. Maybe that will make it less sticky. Alright, so again, onto my platform. And then the other penny on top of that, making a sandwich. There we go. That's okay if it's loose. You want it a little loose. Okay. So, now that that's done, you're going to take your card or project, whatever you want to make. Card, bag, album page, doesn't matter. And you're going to glue this piece on top of it. Or onto it. Okay, once you've done that, I'm going to take my little back piece here, apply some glue on there, and paste it onto your penny. So, now that that's all done, hopefully it will work. And what it should do is not stick to your table. Okay. Hang on. It's still having slight difficulties. It's just really sticky for some reason. Ugh. And just make sure that when you stick that penny, it didn't stick to the back piece of the board. I made this penny so sticky that it's having issues. Let me try to loosen that. See, it's stuck to my, and like I said, it's such strong glue and I love it, but right now I don't want it to be that sticky. It's sticking onto my middle groove here and not allowing any movement. Okay, I think I've got it loose. Okay. Okay, So once you stick it back on, what it should do is just kind of, oh my goodness. Here we go. Okay, let's let this kind of dry for just a few seconds. I am really sorry about this. Usually it's not this sticky. I think it's a combination of me being tired, I'm not paying attention, I'm not doing it right, or it's just really strong glue. It's the first time I'm using this glue with it, but because I've been using that glue on all my projects, and it works wonderful when you want something to really stick, like those pennies and the pop dots onto the pennies. It would work great, but it's sticking to the back of my platform here. Okay. Alright, let me test it. Alright, so that glue was a bad idea. I am sorry. So skip the glue. I'm going to try to rub it off of the penny and my platform. The sticky square should provide enough grip for the penny, hopefully. And I swear this is really fun. Once it's done, it's just not cooperating with me today. Okay, let's try it again. Let's stick that penny on there again. It should be pretty loose now, hopefully. Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, so back again. I'm going to put it back on here. Alright, so once you've added that on, you'll be able to make it swirl across your project. There we go, I think. There we go. There we go, see? As long as you don't use as much adhesive as I did, it should work really nicely. See how fun that is? It's like a little moving part. Ta-da! I have too much glue on there. So again, just try to put the dots on there without so much, what do you call it, so much glue on the pennies, and it'll work just fine for you. Really fun little card. Once you get it going, or once it gets going, it's really cool. There we go. There we go. Okay. Pretty neat. Alright. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that little trick. It's a really fun little trick. As I said, just for your Halloween cards, for any cards really, you can do this with any card, and it just kind of provides a fun little movement. I remember when I first made my first one, I just kind of sat here for hours just playing with it and making sure it still worked. So that's it. Thank you, and see you guys in a couple hours for another trick.